again, Ruowen Huang. Before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. As you can see, I haven't done broadcast for a while, so now I'm just kind of cleaning up. I'm purging whatever is in my head. So, anyway, today's episode, this particular episode, I want to talk about before and after awakening. A lot of people are interested in spiritual journey. A lot of people are like to use those really high-end words to elevate who they are and so. But I don't want to talk about that. It's really a lot of people is already talking about that. Today I want to talk about before and after awakening. As I said, we are entering awakening generation. Why am I constantly calling it awakening generation? It's not a generation of change, but it's a generation that start to change. Why? Because of awakening. People are more aware of things, where I'm more aware of what I'm doing. I'm more aware. But then you will start to realize when I'm talking about aware of things, you are not just aware of what you are doing. You are very aware what consequence it was going to happen. So why I am talking about we are entering the generation of awakening, I'm not saying, oh yeah, everybody was like, oh, dull, and then all of a sudden we are awake. Then we become a better human being. It's not so. I am referring us, we are more aware what behavior, what action that we take is going to create what consequence. Because now we have consequence in our head, therefore we can do something about it. Okay, if you refer to my previous episode, when I talk about spiritual journey, I'm really referring not like all of a sudden you have a superpower, but I refer more to spiritual journey as a process of one searching for itself, to understand who it is, what it can do, the value of it, therefore you can use it to overcome your test and fulfill your purpose of life. So if you understand, when I refer spiritual journey as a process, understand it's not the beginning nor destination, is simply a process. Then you will understand when I refer that and say we are entering the awakening generation, that simply means you no longer live day by day, hour by hour, and simply do what people tell you to do. You now become more aware. Every action that you do, you will start to know or aware there is consequence, because you are aware of the consequence. Therefore, you are aware of what action to take. So now I'm going to talk about my before and after awakening. The reality is life is still the same. You still got a lot of things you have to deal every day. You still feel like you're in the dark hole from time to time. You still feel like sometimes you still deal with terrible boss, colleague, you have some friend, quarrel with people all the time. And then you probably would come back to home and ask me exactly the same question. If I'm still dealing those stuff, why do I even want to bother spiritual journey? When you are pursuing spiritual journey, mind you, you're not very aware of things. Even when you're upset, when you yell at people, when you're doing things without integrity, you are aware of it. You were like, for a good at least 6 months, 2 years, it really depends on you. For me, years. You will wonder, why? What do I put myself into? Why would I be interested of that? My life was simple. I don't have to spend 3 seconds every time I speak to think what consequence you will have. You know what I mean? I can just blur out whatever I want to say. I can just throw my emotion all over the place. I can just yell at people, nag at people, be upset with people without thinking about what I should do next. It's true. When you live the life like that, it is true. You do no different from what you do right now. Right now, you just, every time you do something, you have extra 3 seconds. You have to think about, do I really want to say that? Is that really what you mean? Is that really what you want to say? Are you aware of what consequences is going to happen? So yeah, maybe 5 seconds. So every time you want to say something, every time you want to express yourself, every time you have some opinion you want to throw it out there, you ask yourself, is this really what you want to do? Is that really want to say? So at the end of the day, do you swallow everything back and not say it? No. At the end of the day, after spiritual journey, you are very aware you cannot swallow everything. So you still have to say it. But you start to learn to choose better word to say it, right? Before you may just say it without worrying about how you're going to hurt people. Now you realize, well, at the end of the day, I still have to say it. Okay, what's a better way I can say it? And all of a sudden you become like Doctor Strange. Your brain goes through like 1 million kind of possibility what you can do, and then you choose one. I'm not saying you're going to be right, but you're going to choose one that you think in your very limited human knowledge, what would be the best thing to say. So after you say it, does that mean every time is a happy ending? No, you probably still piss off like people, or you probably even make a situation worse. I don't know. But the whole process before and after, before you simply say it. Now, after awakening, what you do is everything you do, you have that extra 3 seconds thinking about it. To many of you, you say, what a waste of time. You're just telling me, like, if I'm pursuing spiritual journey is such a waste of time, now everything I say, I'm going to waste 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds to think about what I have to say. What am I going to do? What consequences I'm going to create? How does that benefit me? It's simply a waste of my time. I truly believe you will feel so, because I did too. So such a waste of time. What am I doing? Why can't I just be someone irresponsible? Blah. Just like, somebody I know, I'm simply express myself. Who cares you expressing yourself? You know what I mean? So anyway, I get it. Many of you will think it's such a waste of time. I do too. But before and after awakening, the only thing is different is people cannot create something if they don't know what is going to happen. Like, let's say, I'm sorry, that's very confusing itself. Let me say, if you are not aware what consequence your behavior is going to create, you are not going to change your action. Does that make sense to you? So if you are aware every time I say something, I am very aware, clear what consequence or what result I'm going to create. Therefore, I can change the action and create different result. So you cannot do that if you don't have awareness, and you cannot do that if you are not awake. If you sleep, you simply cannot do anything. So to being awake is to be aware of what you are doing and then what result you can create. So yes, I understand you might suffer through a period of time that you really confused and you really feel it's such a waste of time. Now everything you say, everything you do, and even when you simply wanna say, you couldn't say that. I get it. I was there. I'm not saying you cannot do that. You just kind of have to come back and clean up your mess. I did say that, I did blur out, I had to come back and clean up my mess. Every time I throw my mess around, I come back, I clean up, I come back and clean up, I come back and clean up. You know, what does that do? Eventually you're so tired of cleaning up, so you will stop right here before you throw all the emotion away. And once you start doing that, you start to be very aware, you know what, I just don't do that, it's too much a mess. So, what can I do? It's like Lego. Sorry, I got Lego in front of me, so it's like Lego. I have to know what it is I'm trying to build. Therefore, I know which piece that I need. That is awakening. You have to know the result, therefore you can take your action. So, before and after awakening. Before, I would simply live by day by day, throwing my emotion all over the place and hope someone would be responsible to my life, change my life, make me happy, and make me whatever. I would truly believe the key to make my life happy or the way I want it is held by someone else. After awakening, I start come to aware in order to make whatever happy, I'm the one who holding the key. Why so? Because I'm now very aware my action will always come with consequence, and I am responsible for that consequence. Because I'm responsible for that consequence, therefore I have the ability to change the consequence. Because I'm very aware I can change the consequence, therefore I will take different action. So that awareness takes some time to train, but I do guarantee you, once you start exercising it, it will come quicker and quicker. Your 5 seconds become 3 seconds, 3 seconds become 1 second. It will come to a point you don't even think about it. You're simply doing it. You know what I mean? So that is still the first stage. Once you got that power back, as I mentioned before, you start to understand your life is held by you, controlled by you, created by you. Guess what the good news is? You then have the ability to make anything happen in your life. It is then you start be the you're fully responsible to yourself, your own life. You then able to create whatever life that you are going to make happen, because you then have the ability to manifest. So anyway, just a little thought to share with you guys. I mean, many of you will come with a question, why bother? Why do I want to push myself so hard? Why do I want to work so hard? Why do I want to self-evolve so much when anybody around me is not changed? It really doesn't matter people around you change or not. What's different is you can choose to leave too. If after you awake, after you start learning the skill to manifest, after you make yourself become an alchemist, really, then it's your decision to choose to stay where you are or move on. Get it? Get where I'm going? So anyway, just my little thought with you guys. It's a lot of work. But this whole spiritual journey, I really hope many of you can eventually achieve the life that you wanted. But as I say, I cannot help you do that, but it's all on your hand. You could make anything happen. You can make any life happen, but you have to first gain the power to yourself, so you know you can do that. So anyway, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook, or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, next time, bye.